Some movies are so good that we're desperate to have a sequel, one that inevitably comes out that we pray is going to be as good as its predecessor. Some are great, some not so good. Take Paranormal Activity, for example. Doesn't exactly lend itself to a franchise, yet it still went for it. Remixing the same stuff over and over again, and in my personal opinion, I got bored in the first one and fell asleep in the cinema watching it. I'm Cal from What Culture, you can follow me on Twitter here, and this is 10 movie sequels that just copied the original. Number 10. Die Hard 2. This is one sequel that's in no danger of taking itself too seriously. Given the number of recycled elements, it's probably a good idea. Once again, the movie opens in an airport on Christmas Eve, and once again, John McClane stumbles across activity that threatens his wife's safety. For good measure, the filmmakers also bring back Sergeant Al Powell and Richard Thornburg, who once again gets bested by Holly McClane. It even has the gall to end the same way, with Mr. and Mrs. McClane walking away while Vaughn Monroe sings Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow. If you haven't seen Die Hard 2, don't worry, just watch Die Hard twice. Number 9. Scream 4. We get a taste of how hip the movie thinks it is while during the pre-title sequence, which tries to freshen things up by pulling the whole movie within a movie trick not once, but twice, to distract us from the fact that we're not actually seeing anything new.
They just keep recycling the same
A killer stalks a bunch of teens, again, taunting them with horror movie trivia, again, David Arquette's Frozen Lake, again, that the real detecting has actually been done by Neve Campbell and Courtney Cox, again. Number 8. Terminator 2, Judgment Day. And boy, have we judged this. I know everybody loves Terminator 2, but it's exactly the same story on a £100 million budget. So instead of a human projector as a T-800, a kinda gentler T-800 and Terminator made from liquid metal travel through time, which allows Cameron to show off the CGI effects he had developed for The Abyss. And instead of a car chase through the parking garage, there's a truck chase through a storm drain. Actually, I prefer that bit. Number 7. Taken 2. I love the Taken trilogy. I love it so much to the extent that I can fall asleep in front of the television watching it, wake up and know exactly where we are and what's going to happen. Cue mood music. No, not that type, the Taken one. Play the Taken one.
I don't know who you are, and I don't know what you want. If you're looking for a ransom, I can tell you I don't have any money. But what I do have is a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you and I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
However, I can't argue that it's not the same film, thus it's placed on the list. Sorry, Liam. Number 6. Hostel Part 2. It calls itself a sequel and picks up where the predecessor left off. But after killing the sole survivor of the first film, Hostel 2 tells the same story, with a cunning twist. Instead of 3 guys travelling around Slovakia where they encounter a pair of females, we get a story about 3 women who arrive in a region and find 2 American men. And they torture and kill the strangers. It's the same film. It's the same film. The film even repeats the original gimmick of having a director associated with extreme cinema make a cameo appearance. Can we do cameos on these videos? Can we? Either way, I'm going to hassle Adam until I get one. Number 5. Escape from LA. Set in 1997, John Carpenter's Escape from New York starred Kurt Russell as Snake Plissken, a war hero turned bank robber sent to rescue the president from Manhattan Island. Now a maximum security prison. Set in 2013, Escape from LA dispatches Pilsen to Los Angeles Island. Once again, he's offered a full pardon if he succeeds in a mission, and once again, he's given an injection that will kill him unless he completes his task within an allotted time. Same film, different location. It's like when Monopoly brings out different boards instead of London. Number 4. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation. There's a sledgehammer murder, a dinner party, and a sequence where one family member is berated for allowing Leatherface to cut through the door while pursuing a victim, all of which can be recreated without irony. Director Kim Henkel seems to know what he's doing, hence the number of cameos made by actors from the original that he also co-wrote. I'm sure the Harry Harry Potter series would be rather boring if J.K. Rowling took this approach. Number 3. The Hangover, Part 2. Hangover 1 was an incredibly funny movie and was incredibly relatable. Who hasn't got drunk and lost their friend? Okay, maybe not to the scale of what they did, but you get the picture. The movie proved that jokes become less amusing with repetition. Hangover 2 is a painfully unfunny movie about 3 guys who wake up on a stag party from hell to discover that they've lost their friend somewhere in Thailand. Number 2. I Spit on Your Grave 2. Released in 2013, the imaginatively titled Spit on Your Grave 2 does something truly loathsome. It turns rape revenge into a franchise. And yep, it's the same story all over again, but relocated to Bulgaria. After being kidnapped, tortured, and raped by one-dimensional clowns that have dead meat written all over them, Gemma Dallander seeks revenge by crushing testicles, tortures her opponents with electroshock, and drowns one unfortunate in the toilet. As you can imagine, it's a family-friendly film. It's not, for those who can't understand sarcasm. We've hit number 1. Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Consider the similarities with A New Hope after coming into possession of a droid programmed with sensitive information. A kid is haunted by a brutal would-be dictator who denies his humanity, wears a mask, and strangles his failed subordinates. This dark villain, no, not Simon Cowell, is also readied a planet-sized weapon that can destroy entire worlds, prompting our heroes to launch an attack. As sequels go, The Force Awakens serves its branch well, setting up the characters for conflicts for future installments. Taken purely on story terms, it's so insubstantial and predictable, it falls apart in front of our eyes. Did we miss any out? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.